AEW hires a three-time Emmy Award-winning writer. She is Jennifer Pepperman. She used to be writing for WWE. For AEW, she's been hired as the vice president of content development. She was with WWE, I think, for like 12 years or so. And she did a lot of writing for the women in WWE. And it seems like Tony Khan is trying to increase the focus of women's wrestling with Mercedes showing up next month and just kind of building up the women's wrestling across all of their shows. She is, I think, going to work alongside Tony Khan, but there hasn't been anything explicit in terms of the the amount of content that she's going to be working on. Is she working side by side? Is he just going to lay his hands off the women's division and let her work on that while he does the men's division? I think that'll be interesting. But what do you guys think about this story with him hiring a new writer? Do you think it's going to help the product, or do you feel like that's not going to change a thing?
I mean, it can only help it. I would assume, right? Like, I mean, if she wrote for WWE, do we know what significant storylines she was involved with? Do we know that?
She's been helping the SmackDown's women roster for a while.
Do we know like
She
when
helped create that tag team of lesbians.
when did she get hired in WWE? So what was that decade or period of
I
time?
feel like it's like since like 2012,
Okay.
2010, 2012. And she left not too long ago. She's been there for a while.
I mean, a lot of that women's stuff started to really kind of like come up around that time, like the Four Horsewomen and all that stuff. So I imagine it's gonna be a good thing for AEW.
I can't see it going bad. If it goes bad, that has to do with anything out of shit she can control, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah, I wonder how much power
She
she
kind
has.
of Yeah, if they give her like the absolute freedom that she wants to do as writing in it, and if she was there for the start of that woman's like what was it, evolution of it or women's revolution, that
Women's
start time of it, you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's actually very good. And that was actually a really cool time, actually, with the whole
I agree.
NXT story. I actually really enjoyed that a lot.
I think this also shows like fans and stuff that Tony on some level is listening to the online discourse or like fans in general, because I'm guessing that move wasn't just like, I mean, he understands people are saying, oh, we need this, we need that, as far as like developing storylines and things like that. So I'm assuming that's where this is coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he always hypes up the product, and he it comes across as AEW can really do no wrong. But I mean, as a boss, I guess, and you're trying to, you wouldn't crap on your own product, and he words it in a way where it just seems more of opportunities instead of saying like, oh, it's not doing great here or great here, which is the right thing to do. But he's obviously not as delusional as people think he is, given that he did this smart business decision by hiring another person. Because I mean, I feel like he's trying to be like a Vince McMahon, where he can kind of put his hands in every little aspect of AEW. But Vince McMahon was a unique person, but also even for him that wasn't viable, because for WWE for the longest time there was also not coherent storytelling. There was a lot of starts and stops and things that don't necessarily make sense, or have the audience forget about a specific angle and they just move in a different direction. So if you want to mimic Vince McMahon, I would not be doing that when it comes to storytelling.
I wouldn't even try it.
I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even attempt it.
Catch my drift.
So the 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 news that broke with him hiring this person, I think is very smart. And hopefully when it comes to collaboration and writing, she is on even footing with him. Are there other are there other people who are writing for AEW wrestlers, or is it just Tony Khan who's coming up with all like the storylines, and is there also a collaboration with the wrestlers too? I'm not really sure what the dynamic is.
Danielson and a couple other of the like the really, I wouldn't say like the big vets, but just like the people that have like really long tenures in professional wrestling. Like I think Christopher Daniels is one. Like off the top, I know Daniels, Stokely's has a big part of Ring of Honor, and then of course you got
Arn Anderson too, maybe. Right?
Probably. I know Malenko was for a while, but Dean Malenko's been pretty sick.
I forgot about
he's sick?
Malenko.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The what do they call him?
The man of 1,000 holds.
Yeah.
So that's probably why Jericho's in creative, because he knows 1,004.
Yeah, I think that was 1,001, but yeah, I think it's
he has 1,004.
Armbar.
you got to bring that out, pull out the list. But
yeah,
I think it's the right creative decision, and it'll be interesting to see as Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision move along what the storytelling is going to look like. I saw Wardlow's promo, and I mean that was a really good promo. I don't know who wrote that up for him, but what him complaining about not getting a title shot a week ago or so. That was a really good promo. So it seems like, and maybe that has nothing to do with her, but at least when it comes to storytelling for the past couple of weeks, it seems like AEW is kind of finding its footing and going in a direction that is the right direction, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, like the Sting promo, like I don't know who wrote that, or the Christian Cage and Daniel Garcia exchange was fucking great. That shit was good.
That was really good. I watched that too.
Yeah.
And that address.
Oh, look who's been watching his AEW.
Yeah, man.
Marston.
Like sometimes you just feel like I kind of just have this gut feeling of this like change that's happening. Like you just kind of like feel like that's what we're seeing right now. So I mean, time will tell, but I feel like this is going to be a pivoting point.
Yeah,
and I'm genuinely excited for Revolution. Like I think just the marquee match of Sting's last match, and we'll get into this later if it actually is or how it's gonna work out. I'm actually excited for Revolution.
He's like the McRib. He's like, I'm back.
Yeah, he's gone for a limited time, then he's back. It's like